everybody. My name is Aleia Woods. I am the news editor for XXL Magazine, and we have the lovely Miss Remy Ma with us this afternoon. How you doing today?
Hi, Aleia. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. So we're really going to talk about this acting debut that you have. You know, we've seen you on television in different capacities, but now it's big screen, it's acting, you know what I mean? It's a different vibe. So we're going to tap into that and just ask you some questions all about that. So you are the lead in American Gangster Presents, the Delrhonda Hood Story. So how are you feeling? Because it premiered on September 30th, so that was last Thursday, I believe. So how are you feeling? Just, it's out, people can see it, people are reacting to it.
People can see it. It's out, but it's not out.
Okay.
Like, you have to get BT Plus to watch it right now.
Okay.
I think next Wednesday it goes up. What is that? October, the 7th, whatever day that is. It goes to linear, so they'll be available on BT. Like, you don't have to download any apps or anything. You can just go watch it. They're gonna play it. You don't even have to request it. It's just gonna be there. Okay. But it's so crazy because my phone is chiming. I'm almost positive that's my publicist trying to tell me stuff while I'm talking to you. I hate when he does that because I never have it next to me. So let me grab my phone. But I think that it's just different. It's so different from music. You know, people get to see me, not me. You know, I get to be somebody else, and I wanted. So, hold on a second. He's telling me tomorrow, this Wednesday. Which one? He says, "Okay, listen. Literally, I'm talking to you." He goes, "Okay, tomorrow, this Wednesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, I think."
Yes.
My days are like, just so you guys know, they have me working overtime. Like, I am like super busting my butt out here. But it's just a different feeling from when you're doing music. With music, I guess it's because I know music and that's just what I do. It's just like regular. Like, this was just like, oh my God, we have our premiere and I'm picking out my dress and I'm like, I'm doing the red carpet. And also I'm portraying somebody that's here. Somebody who I have a lot of respect for and who I know now. And I want her to be proud of me and I want her to be happy with the way that I portrayed her. So it's a little bit of pressure there. It's a little pressure.
So that actually was going to be my next question. How did you deal with the pressures of portraying this role for someone who is going to be able to see it and they're going to be able to, you know, see whether or not there might be parts that you did or parts that might have been done differently, but they also probably were around to give you some insight on what their experiences were, you know, so you have those firsthand accounts. So how did you even deal with that pressure?
Thankfully, she's like the sweetest, most super cool, real down to earth person that you ever would want to meet. And she made it very easy for me to call her and talk to her if I had any, like, I call her now. I called her the other day, like, "Oh, girl, what you went to the premiere?" Most of the time she was on set. So at first it had me really, really nervous, like, oh my God, she's right there. What if I'm like doing it wrong or saying it wrong, or she feels like that I'm not really giving her. But eventually I saw the benefit of that because I could literally, if I had any type of uncertainty about anything, I could like pause, tell the director, Russ Parr, who's super amazing, like, could we hold for a second? And I walk over to the side and I have a quick conversation with her and just that quick get back into character and, you know, go to deliver the way that, you know, I feel it should be done based on her input. So yeah, to sum it up, in the beginning, it was a little nervous and nerve-wracking, should I say? But ultimately, it was a blessing because a lot of times people, they play characters of people, like any type of documentary or biopic. The person is not here anymore. And you have their family members like, I don't think they portrayed my mom right. I don't think they portrayed this person right. So to not only be able to do it, have her still here with us and tell me like, I love it. You did a great job. Like that to me was enough. Like I could have just been like, all right, acting career, check. That's on the bucket list.
Because the resume is getting longer and longer with things other than rap. So I know that feels good for you to know that you nailed it. So tell me a little bit about your character and how did you even prepare for the role itself?
Well, my character is it's not really a character. It's a real, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what makes it so different. It's a real life human being, a person who is still alive and well and has children and grandchildren and her mom. Like, a lot of the people in the movie are still with us. We had code words, me and the director, like, your Bronx is showing, like, Bronx is showing. I knew I probably said 3 instead of 3.
So I do want to ask you, so you mentioned, acting being so much different from rap, but is there one particular thing that was just like the most difficult for you that you had to kind of just work throughout the entire process?
I think probably just not overthinking, because sometimes, like, there'll be a reflection. Like, I'm so used to worrying about what I look like and what I see. Like, I had to put in my mind, like, this wig looks crazy. This is not my wig. This is not Remy's hair. This is the character from 25 years ago, the way her hair would have looked. Like, because even now her hair be blazed. Like, this is not, I just seen her. Her fronts was fire. But I'm like, okay, this is 20 something years ago, 30 years ago. This is what the hair would have looked like. So I think that, to me, like, I had to literally tell myself, or I'll go into wardrobe and then have out my outfit and I'm like, are you serious? So I have to wear those leggings with that fur and those shoes? No, it doesn't go. I don't like it. But, like, once, like, the first couple of days, I'm like, I'm in character. This is not me. Stop it. Stop being Remy Ma. It was so much easier. So much easier.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome. Because it's like, I think naturally, as humans, we overthink anyway. So being able to like force yourself to not do that might be able to help you with like future things. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And then also, like, a lot of times, like, we would call each other by our character names, even when we're not filming. So, like, you're constantly in character. I would constantly try to be aware of the words that I say in order to take away some of my accent. I would consciously remind myself to pronounce words phonetically the way you're taught to speak in school. So, that's another thing that I did to kind of help curve it.
Okay. Nice. So this is also like a redemption story. You know what I mean? And you yourself have had trials and tribulations that you've endured yourself. And we've
Nope, never had no trials, never had no tribulations. Don't know what you're talking about.
But what I wanted to ask you is, that kind of hits home for you, I would assume. So how does it feel to be playing this type of role where it's like, there might be certain things that you can actually like relate to, that you might be able to channel yourself within?
I think with her story, it was so many ups and downs and different, like, when I posted about it for the first time on my social, I was telling people, like, yo, I am madam. I'm doing prostitution. I'm selling drugs. I'm shooting people. I'm beating people up in jail cells. I'm going to jail. I'm in the courtroom. I'm crying. I'm sickly. I'm like a cheated on wife. Like, I have all these different emotions and things, roles that I'm playing in this one character. And in real life, that's how most women really are. We have all of these hats that we have to wear. We're a mom, and then we're a grandmom, or we're a godmother, and a sister. And see, I just threw godmother in there. Well, who says I'm a godmother? We'll talk about my song later. But you all these different things, like whatever your job is and whatever you are to other people, all of things make you who you are. So I feel like with Big 15, she has so many different aspects of her that, like, no matter who you are, like, you can find something in her story that you relate to. She comes from nothing. And she had all of these dreams and aspirations of what she wanted to be. And at a young, early age, her innocence was taken from her, which changed her. A lot of us not necessarily go to that extent with sexual abuse from a family member or whatever the case may be, but a lot of us have had things happen to us when we were really young that has shaped and molded the way we think about the entire world from that moment forward. And I think, that with her, that's what happened. But it's cool to see at the end, which is really not the end because she's still here and she still has a life and she's still doing things. But at the end of the movie, she realizes like, yo, like I can keep going down this path that I've been on, this path of destruction, or I can appreciate what I have, which is her son, her son, her daughter, her grandchildren, her home, her health, her freedom, things that she had taken for granted in the past because she was just so overwhelmed with all the wrongs that were going on in her life. So yeah, she's just I love how at the end, we incorporated numbers for people to call, and just if you're going through anything, to just assure people that there's people out there that can help you no matter what you're going through.
Absolutely. And we can all identify with that, so it's definitely it's real.
I mean, I'm not gonna call a hotline.
Oh, no,
Like,
but
is this Remy? Imagine me calling the hotline. I don't know what the help. But I definitely encourage people to use that. We really thought about to make sure that we don't want this just to be a story that people look at that's like, glorifying a specific type of life or just showing from rags to riches and back, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted some semblance of, helping hand. Like, hey, that not only is this a story, somebody can help you too if you feel like you're going through something,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you did mention the single that you have, the GodMother. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Nah, you saying it wrong. It's not the GodMother. It's the GodMother.
Okay, the GodMother. Did I get it?
Yes, the GodMother.
So tell me a little bit about the single and also new music that might be coming after the GodMother comes out.
Yeah. So when they was doing, that's one thing that I love because I'm not really forced to choose between acting and movie because all movies have music in them. So when they were doing the soundtrack, they came and said, "Hey, Ram, you think you want to get on this or anything?" I'm like, yeah, hello. So we did that, and then the great people over at Octech Productions who shot the movie, they came all the way to New York and they shot my video as well. And which actually I think it will be debuting tomorrow on my YouTube page. So if you go to Remy Ma's YouTube, you'll be able to watch the GodMother video straight from the Big 50 Delrhonda Hood Story movie soundtrack tomorrow. And it's also not only is it on the soundtrack of the movie, it's going to be on my project titled Reminisce, which is done and ready to go. I just need a couple more clearances. And yeah, it's some stuff on there. I think I'm creating an alter ego. I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about it.
I'm excited for that.
Thank you.
It's been a minute since we had like a Rem album.
I know, just me.
I just need to let you know I still get dressed to Conceited. So
I told you your hair is giving very much Remy Ma vibes. I love it. Like, so if you see me like a week or two now, and I'm like, just know that you inspired it, even though it's like something that I used to do that, like the way you have it right now, I'm loving it. And I'm one of those people, like, you ever see people when you see them and they have their hair or their outfit like yours, you're like, this bitch just see me, and I had that. She didn't say she liked it, nothing else. She got it, posting like. So I'm telling you, there's a possibility that I might jack your swag. So just so you know.
That is okay. That is absolutely okay. You know how to make me feel to know that listen, it is okay. Listen. So I did have a couple of other questions for you. So
okay.
The film will be out this week for everybody to see. The song is going to be on your YouTube tomorrow. what else do you have going on? Because I know there's other things. Like I know you also balancing motherhood. I want to talk about that a little bit too. But like, what else do you have going on?
Oh gosh, like I'm actually shocked that she has not came and bounced on in here yet. Like she's being extra good. I'm gonna have to buy her 2 scoops of ice cream instead of just one. I have a 2-year-old that's turning 23 any second now. She's amazing. And I have help. You know, I don't have a nanny, but I have my husband who we're managing, juggling back and forth because he's doing so much every day. And it's just a balancing act really when it comes to the family part. Like we try to keep each other abreast of what's on each other's schedule so that we can go back and forth because we both had children when we were really young and we didn't get to spend time with them. We didn't get to, grow the way we wanted to raise them, the way we are doing with our daughter. And we opted to not get a nanny, and we was like, we're gonna do as much as we can, with just us by the grace, I guess, by the grace of God, because it's horrible but good at the same time. Like how about this? One of the blessings that came out of the pandemic was that we were able to, not miss one day of her growth, like from when she was 1 up until where she is at now. She's never spent a night without her parents there. And, I take pride in that. Outside of that, I have a couple other roles in movies that are coming out. I'm not number one on the call sheet. I wasn't the star role, but soon come, soon come. Again, like I said, my album. I have so many other things.
That is amazing, and I'm excited to see everything else that you have coming. I'm excited for this Alter Ego album.
Thank you. Reminisce coming really soon.
Can we get maybe like a season or like just a time frame, maybe?
Definitely before the year's out.
Oh, perfect.
Definitely. I was trying to line it up so that it came out exactly with the movie. But then like at the last minute, I was like, well, I don't want to confuse people and make them feel like, the whole album is about Big 50 or whatever the case may be. So let's put the single and the song that we're gonna give them the soundtrack, and then we have, Reminisce separately over here. So yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations on everything.
Thank you. Thank
I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Just know.
I'm excited that you're excited.
Well,
all right. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
You too.